On Maple Avenue, in the middle of a mixed industrial and residential area of Montebello, you will find Broguiere's Dairy, a centuries-old living landmark, fourth-generation family business, and one of the last remaining links to the city's agricultural past. In the 1910s, French immigrant Ernest Broguiere bought a lemon grove on Maple Avenue, but after shipping his first crop to Chicago and receiving a bill instead of a check because the cost of the freight was more than what the lemons were worth, he tore up the orchards and went into the milk business. In 1920, he bought one cow, several hundred glass bottles, and began selling milk door to door from a horse-drawn wagon, and soon his business was booming. He turned his land into a 5-acre dairy with 150 milk-producing cows. It was one of over 24 dairies in Montebello at the time. The dairy's success continued in the following decades, but the city around it was changing. Encroachment of development and city regulations led Ray Broguiere Sr., who took over the dairy from his father Ernest in 1965, to make the decision to get rid of the cows in the following years, but he kept the glass bottles. The land where the cows were once housed was paved over for the parking lot of the bakery next door, but the family's home adjacent to the dairy and their milk processing plant still remained as they became the last of Montebello's dairies. In 1975, Ray Broguiere Jr. took over the dairy and continued the family's tradition of providing farm-fresh milk. The raw milk is brought in a tanker several times a week and is pasteurized, homogenized, and bottled on-site in their state-of-the-art stainless steel equipment. They also continue to hand-mix their famous chocolate milk and seasonal eggnog, which sets them apart from all others. They even got the seal of approval of California's adopted native son, Huell Howser, who visited the dairy twice. However, not everything has been smooth for the dairy. As many other small businesses, they've had several issues that almost led them to close down. In 2016, a proposed corridor grade separation project on Maple Avenue threatened to block access to the dairy, but luckily an alternative project was constructed instead. Then, in 2019, Ray Broguiere Jr. contemplated closing permanently as he pondered retirement amid growing government regulations. However, the outpouring of support convinced Ray and his son Chris, who would take over the family business that year, to change their minds and after a brief closure, reopen the dairy. Today, the dairy continues to provide the same delicious farm-fresh milk in glass bottles that customers have enjoyed for over 100 years. They recently added strawberry milk to their line of products, which is fast becoming a favorite among customers. You can buy their milk at several specialty grocers in Southern California, but nothing beats buying a glass bottle at the dairy and getting the milk as fresh as possible. History never tasted so good.